Good evening, everyone. I hope we're all settled in and excited. All right. My name is Advocate Kimi Mahapankar, and I am honored to be your host for this special evening. On behalf of the Harmony Foundation, I welcome you all to the prestigious Mother Teresa Memorial Awards for Social Justice 2025. This year, we celebrate the guardians of humanity. These individuals are people who have tirelessly and effortlessly worked towards safeguarding humanity and everyone around them without identification and without any praise. This distinguished award celebrates Mother Teresa's legacy by honoring those who selflessly serve and dedicate their lives for the greater good, thereby exemplifying her timeless ideals. Tonight, as we mark 21 years of this award, we honor these extraordinary individuals and the organizations who champion the compassion and social justice. Before we begin our celebration, I now request everyone to please rise for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we begin celebrating the inspiring journeys of our esteemed awardees, I would like to take a moment and acknowledge the recent heartbreaking tragedy on the occasion of December 14th during the celebration of Hanukkah at Bondi Beach in Sydney, Australia, when two gunmen opened fire, taking 15 innocent lives and leaving countless families devastated. The Harmony Foundation stands in solidarity with all those affected and pray for the departed souls and their families. Yet, even in these dark moments, courage shone through. Two individuals, unknown to those around them, chose to act with extraordinary bravery. Ahmad al-Ahmad, a Syrian national, put himself between the attackers and the innocent, sustaining gunshot wounds, and now is receiving treatment at a hospital. We'd also like to thank Amandeep Singh Bola, an Indian origin, who tackled the second gunman with his bare hands, stopping him immediately. Without hesitation, they placed the safety of others above their own. They are truly the guardians of humanity. Ahmad and Amandeep represent the very best that humanity can uphold. Before we continue with tonight's ceremony, let us honor them. Our applause should carry a message that their courage inspires us and that their actions remind us of our shared duty to protect one another with unconditional love and support. Let us give a standing ovation and a huge round of applause to these real heroes of humanity. And join me in celebrating Ahmad al-Ahmad and Amandeep Singh Bola. Thank you. Throughout history, the world has faced profound challenges: poverty, inequality, and suffering of unimaginable magnitude and pain. In such dark times, it is compassion that lights the way forward. None other than Mother Teresa was the proof of this. She devoted her life to the most vulnerable, and her compassionate legacy is the very reason this award exists. We would like to now present a short film on her life. the legend that inspired everything that we celebrate today.
Joy. That is the mystery of love.
It was on 10th of September 1946 when I was going up to Darjeeling to make my yearly retreat. It was at that time, there was a call in the call that I should give up everything and give my life totally to God and the poorest, in the serving of the poorest of the poor.
The moving real-life story of a humble lady who performed extraordinary deeds that changed and bettered the lives of millions. All those who had the privilege of getting to know her were touched by her simplicity and kindness.
She always said, the worst thing about these people is not that they are in need of food, of clothes, of they are sick. That's bad enough. But what is much, much worse than that is they have nobody to hug.
As Mother Teresa said, the most important thing is to come with both your hands free and your heart open, meaning to be available to give. That is the most important thing.
The best thing about Mother was when she'll meet you, she'll hold your hands, she'll look into your eyes and restore you to yourself.
She lives on in our hearts, in our souls, in providing love and care for those who need it the most. She believed that every human being needs to be loved and cared for in his or her last days. Every human being deserves to die with dignity. Many volunteers from all over the world have come to Mother Teresa's homes and found their calling in serving the needy. Some have found peace and a sense of reason and a purpose in their lives, while others have experienced unbridled joy and satisfaction at being able to be of help.
I find it really incredible to be in a place where all religions are kind of encompassed under one philosophy, and that is Mother Teresa's philosophy of love.
We will never be able to completely fathom the significance and enormity of her deeds, but perhaps an affectionate smile on the face of an abandoned child might say it all. In spirit, she is still with us, an immortal legend who left behind a legacy of service and selflessness to the poorest of the poor.
I trust that this glimpse on Mother Teresa's life has touched your hearts, renewing the commitment to compassionate service. We would now like to watch a special message from Sister Prema, the former Superior General of the Missionaries of Charity, and Sister Mary Joseph, Superior General of the Missionaries of Charity.
Congratulate the Harmony Foundation for taking the initiative year after year to recognize people and organizations for their commitment to eradicate the social evils of society. I also congratulate all the recipients of the reward this year for their wonderful work to promote goodness and truth. So I keep you in my prayer. I entrust you to the mercy of God and to the prayers of our dearest Mother Teresa.
Thank you, Sister Prema and Sister Mary Joseph, for your kind wishes. Ladies and gentlemen, wars and conflicts leave deep scars and collateral damage, and often children bear the heaviest brunt. Uprooted from their homes, robbed of their childhood, yet even in the face of such hardship, their spirits endure. Displacements may reshape their lives, but it cannot take away their dreams. With this in mind, we would like to share a film produced by the Harmony Foundation in 2022. We Too Have a Dream. This film captures the voice, the hopes, and the aspirations of Tibetan and Afghan refugee children in New Delhi. A moving reminder that even in the darkest times, the light of a child's dream never fades. Let's have a look at the movie.
सागर दीदी, आप आज इतने उदास क्यों लग रहे हो?
सरोज, मुझे बाबा जान की बहुत याद आ रही है आज। जब हम अफगानिस्तान में थे ना, उन्होंने मेरे बर्थडे पे मुझे एक कप गिफ्ट किया था, और जब हम इंडिया आ रहे थे, उस कप का हैंडल टूट गया। मैंने आज भी उसे संभाल के रखा है।
ख्यालों के कब्र से मुर्दे जिंदा उठने लगे, मौत बिकने लगी सरेआम बाजार में। यूं शुरू हुआ लाशों का सावन, बह गया जिसमें खामोश मातम। टूटते हुए इन तारों का कोई तो आशियाना होगा।
Hello, my name is Asim and I'm 13 years old. My dream is to become a businessman. मेरा एक दोस्त का नाम था यूसुफ और एक दूसरे का नाम था नाइब। कभी कभी हम जाते थे पार्क में, जो पार्क था वहाँ पे एक टिकट लेते थे हमसे 20 रुपये में, तो हम पूरा हफ्ता पैसे जमा करके तो हम वहाँ पे साथ में खेलने जाते थे। मैं बहुत मिस करता हूँ। अभी तालिबान आ गए थे और जो पार्क था वो पूरा उड़ा डाला। मुझे अपने मम्मी पापा को पूरी दुनिया दिखाना है।
हाय, मेरा नाम अबूजर है। इन कंप्यूटर में जो ड्राइंग करते हैं और पढ़ाई करते हैं और थोड़ा सा गेम खेलते हैं, अच्छा लगता है।
My name is Imran and I am from Afghanistan. I want to become a scientist in future because my country was so poor and our country needs some good men to support.
हेलो फ्रेंड्स, माय नेम इज़ दानियल। मेरी आरज़ू है कि मैं एक
अच्छे डॉक्टर बनूं, हर मैन को, हर वोमेन को हेल्प करना चाहता हूँ।
ड्रीम तो लोग हज़ारों देखते हैं, चाहे वो ख्वाब में हो या फिर हकीकत में, उससे क्या फ़र्क पड़ता है, बट सपने देखने का हक सबको होता है। मेरा सपना है डॉक्टर बनना।
I want to become a footballer. I have to work hard and achieve that. ما سنام لالي ما 11 سالي خو ما مخايد आइंदा पुलिस जोशुनी हेल्प करना है ना, चोटों पटाना है.
سلام، اسم من فریدون حکیمی. آرزوی من، بزرگترین آرزوی من است که درایور شم، درایور فرمول 1، مثلا مثل مسابقات جهانی، یکی مثل مایکل شوماخر.
मेरे फादर चाहते हैं कि मैं इंजीनियरिंग करूं, मेरी मम्मी चाहती है कि मैं डॉक्टर बनूं, और जहां तक मेरी मदर की बात है, मैं भी चाहती हूं कि मैं अपनी मदर का सपना पूरा करूं.
I think you should follow your dreams and achieve your goals, and if you can't do that, it's okay, but never give up.
سلام، نام است ویس حسنی و من در افغانستان که بودم رشته پیلوتی را دوست داشتم و به هندوستان که آمدیم مدلنگ خوش کردیم و خوشم میاد و میخوایم در آینده اگر امکانش بود پیلوت شم.
मेरा नाम आसिया है। आसिया एक फरिश्ता का नाम है। फ्यूचर में मुझे एयर होस्टल या पायलट बनना है। उन्हीं दो सपनों में से मुझे बहुत सारे सपने भी पूरे करने हैं।
My name is Espojmai Amini. Espojmai main Chan. मेरा फ्यूचर प्लान है a good doctor क्योंकि दूसरों को मदद करना चाहिए.
I want to become a soccer player just like Cristiano Ronaldo. Yes, everybody can if they trust and believe themselves.
Hello everyone, my name is Madina Aminia. I am 14 years old. मेरे तो बहुत सपना है, लेकिन my biggest dream is to become a good doctor. My grandfather is also a doctor in Afghanistan.
آرزوی بزرگی می است که دکتر شم و چون هم پدرم هم مادرم دکتری خوش داشت، زیادتر معلمی را خوش داشته که مثلا اولادش من معلوم شم، ولی پدرم میگه دکتر.
My name is Mariam Amini and I'm 13 years old. My biggest dream is I want to become a good actress and a judge. मुझे आमिर खान बहुत पसंद है.
نام من آریان امینی است. من 17 ساله هستم و 5 سال در هندوستان هستم.
My name is Mino. I'm 12 years old. I'm from Iran. I'm going to talk about my first and last wish. That is, I want to be an actress.
Indian people are so good because when we want something, they give us, and they will say, you can give me later.
हेलो, मेरा नाम तमीम है, मैं अफ़गानिस्तान से हूँ और पिछले 5 साल से इंडिया में रह रहा हूँ। एक इंस्टीट्यूट है दिल्ली में, गंधर्व महाविद्यालय, 4 साल से वहाँ सीख रहा हूँ इंडियन क्लासिकल म्यूज़िक वोकल में। जैसे हिंदी में एक लाइन है कि कोशिश करने वाले की हार नहीं होते है, तो मेरा भी यही सोच है कि अगर आप किसी चीज़ को चाहते हो, आप उसको टारगेट बनाओ और हार्ड वर्क कर दो, एक दिन ज़रूर आपको मिलेगा।
हेलो एवरीवन, मेरा नाम उस्मान है और मैं अफ़गानिस्तान से हूँ। मेरा ड्रीम है कि मैं एक रैपर बनूँ। मेरा एक दोस्त था जो कि बहुत अच्छी तरीके से रैपिंग करता, तो मैंने उससे बोला था कि मेरे को आप ये गाना सुना सकते हो, मेरे को सिखा सकते हो, तो उन्होंने बोला नहीं, तुम ये बिल्कुल नहीं कर सकते, तुमको ये आता नहीं है और तुम कर भी नहीं सकते। तभी से मैंने ठान लिया था कि मैं रैपिंग करूँगा, हार्ड वर्क करूँगा, हार्ड स्टडी करूँगा। बारिश हो रही बाहर पर मैं कमरे में अकेला, अंधेरा भरा जालिम मुझे सोने ही नहीं दे रहा। मैं 2 घंटे से लिखने की कोशिश ही कर रहा हूँ, मैं अपने घर पे घर बना के बैठा हूँ। मैं मेरा लाजिम नहीं है मुझ पे मैं सुनूँ सबकी बातें, पर मैं सुन लेता हूँ नरम जिल जो ठहरा। जाना तेरी यादें मुझे सोने ही नहीं देते, लेटे लेटे इस बिस्तर पे कब हो जाता मेरा मुझे नहीं पता है। मुझसे मत पूछो ना, अपने ख्वाब पूरे करने के लिए सब खो दूंगा, पहले सब कुछ चुकाऊँ, अब क्या खाक खो दूंगा, अकेलेपन में लगता पूरी रात रो दूंगा।
That was a lot of words. That was amazing rapping. All right, I hope you enjoy that. We also have a small message. It's special from Sister Mary Joseph, the Superior General of the Missionaries of Charity.
We are very happy and congratulate the Harmony Foundation for the good work they have undertaken. Because by that work, they are promoting justice, goodness, and peace in the world. And I do pray that it may contribute to religious harmony in India and all over the world. because this is the work of each individual person to build a world of peace. We have been created to be instruments of peace in the world today. God bless all who contribute to this work. And we pray for them and may God bless them. Thank you.
Thank you, sister, for that truly inspiring message. I now request our beloved Dr. Abraham Mathai, founder chairman of the Harmony Foundation and former vice chairman of the Minorities Commission, to welcome our esteemed guests and felicitate them with a token of our appreciation. We also extend a warm welcome to our distinguished guest of honor, Honorable Justice Shri K.K. Tatir, Dr. Chauhan and Mrs. Chauhan, Mr. Naseem Siddiqui, the former chairman of the Minorities Commission. Let's continue with a round of applause. The renowned filmmaker, Mr. Mahesh Bhatt. We're also delighted to felicitate our beloved awardees this evening. I request Mr. Mathai to continue to do so. Dr. Edna Adan Ismail, Dr. Heba El-Swedi, Peepal Baba, Dr. Rajendra Singh, Ms. Follow Me and Prove from the Make-A-Wish Foundation, India. Let's continue to appreciate and have a round of applause. Ms. Safina Hussain and Dr. Ganesh Rak. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you to all our distinguished guests and dignitaries for being here today. We are deeply honored to be graced by your presence. As we continue the special evening, let us now watch the journey highlighting the Harmony Foundation and this year's theme.
Welcome to a landmark event by the Harmony Foundation. A celebration of the 21st year of the prestigious Mother Teresa Memorial Awards for Social Justice. Since it was founded by Dr. Abraham Mathai in 2005, the foundation has remained devoted to strengthening social harmony among communities, transcending religious and cultural boundaries. The Harmony Foundation has led many impactful initiatives, empowering the girl child, supporting healthcare and education for the underprivileged, rescuing trafficked women and children, helping Afghan refugee children in New Delhi, and extending vital aid during COVID-19 pandemic. The foundation also hosts the Harmony International Conference, where eminent voices address pressing global issues, inspiring awareness and empathy among young minds. Tonight, the award honors the guardians of humanity, those who, like Mother Teresa, carry forward a mission of selfless service to humankind. This distinguished honor is a tribute to Mother Teresa's legacy of compassion, which continues to inspire generations across the world. In a world where many recognitions often feel transactional, this award remains a celebration of those who truly uphold the spirit of social justice and the values Mother Teresa embodied. Our past recipients include Nobel laureates such as His Holiness the Dalai Lama, the International Committee of the Red Cross, Narges Mohammadi, Malala Yousafzai, Tawakkol Karman, the UNHCR, Médecins Sans Frontières, and Kailash Satyarthi. World leaders such as former Ghanaian President Nana Akufo-Addo, former Malaysian Prime Minister Dr. Mahathir Mohamad, Denmark's Prime Minister Mette Frederiksen, and the UAE's Prime Minister Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, as well as changemakers including the late Sri Ratan Tata, Julian Lusange, Chetna Gala Sinha, Sudha Murthy, Priyanka Chopra, Heidi Kun, and organizations such as Jusur, Smile Train, and Magic Bus. The year 2025 has tested humanity with tragedies such as the Air India plane crash, powerful earthquakes across Indonesia, Myanmar, and Thailand, and the Iran-Israel conflict. Yet it has also witnessed the dawn of renewed peace efforts between Israel and Palestine. In times like these, humanitarians everywhere, like our recipients, have stayed true to their mission, working relentlessly to serve humanity and confront deep societal challenges. Mother Teresa once said, "I alone cannot change the world, but I can cast a stone across the waters to create many ripples." The work of tonight's recipients has created those ripples. May it inspire us all to take action together for a more just and compassionate world.
Before we move forward into this evening, I take great pleasure in inviting and felicitating actor Mr. Denzel Smith. Grateful for you to be here, and also for your contribution towards the voiceover behind all of the videos that we're playing right now. Please put a huge round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to welcome the visionary behind these awards, Dr. Abraham Mathai, founder, chairman of the Harmony Foundation. What began in 2005 as a simple idea has created a platform that recognizes people internationally who work selflessly for the good of society, and has brought us here today 21 years later. Dr. Mathai, not being an advocate himself, is a strong advocate for the rights of minorities, the underprivileged, and the defenseless. Please join me in giving a huge round of applause and a warm welcome to Dr. Mathai.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry for the delay. I think we followed the IST, Indian Stretchable Time, so people came in late because of traffic jams. I'm sorry about it. At the outset, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to the Almighty God for making it possible for us to gather here this evening. It is my honor to welcome you all to the Mother Teresa Memorial Awards for Social Justice 2025, a platform that has grown in purpose and moral significance for 21 meaningful years. Founded in 2005, the Mother Teresa Memorial Awards for Social Justice has recognized the relentless dedication of individuals and organizations worldwide who champion peace, harmony, and social justice. The award has recognized human courage, compassion, and the quiet strength of people who choose to serve humanity even when no one is watching. And I'm deeply grateful to have you all here tonight, together in an evening that celebrates humanity at its finest. With profound respect for the Nobel laureates who have shaped global conversations on peace and human dignity, I wish to highlight the distinct essence of the Mother Teresa Memorial Award. While every global honor has its own history and purpose, this recognition stands on a foundation unlike any other. The legacy of a woman who served without seeking reward, who carried compassion as her only medium, and who transformed humanity not through power, but through presence. Our award was not born from remorse, political circumstance, or historical correction, as was the case with Alfred Nobel, the inventor of dynamite. On the contrary, our award celebrates the life of a saint who walked into suffering with love as a guiding force. And it is a matter of deep honor that 8 Nobel laureates, including His Holiness Dalai Lama, have accepted this award over the years, reaffirming its universal moral resonance and the timeless relevance of Mother Teresa's mission. But as we celebrate today, we must not turn away from the world's pain that echoes not only in headlines, but in shattered homes, their displaced children, their polluted soil, poisoned water, degrading ecosystems, and fractured lives. We live in a time where cries do not arrive one after another. They collide, intertwine, and deepen each other. Conflicts uproot families, inequality grows sharper, and millions stand at the edge of hunger and homelessness. Children are losing their futures before they learn to dream. Even though we recently saw a significant agreement between Israel and Palestine involving ceasefire terms, humanitarian access and coordinated release arrangements, the truth is that an agreement does not erase suffering. Communities have been displaced, families torn apart, and people impacted by the war continue to struggle with trauma that will take years to heal. We must applaud steps towards peace, but we must also recognize that peace is not merely the absence of war. It is the presence of dignity, safety, and hope. While human conflict dominates global headlines, another crisis quietly threatens every living being: the slow, relentless collapse of our natural world. This is not a distant alarm, it's happening now, everywhere. Glaciers are melting faster than predicted, oceans are warming and suffocating marine life, forests are disappearing at an alarming speed, and the very air we breathe is turning poisonous. And then when war enters the picture, nature suffers wounds deeper than any headline reveals. Fields once rich with harvest become barren with chemicals, the rivers turn undrinkable, forests that shattered life for centuries burn in minutes. Animals vanish, never to return. The earth itself becomes a casualty, carrying scars long after the peace treaties are signed. Because when humanity chooses conflict, nature becomes the first victim and the last to heal. And when nature breaks, humanity follows. This is why the pursuit of social justice can never be separated from the protection of the planet that gives us life. These tragedies remind us of an essential truth. The world is guided by many influential voices. Yet what we need today are leaders who embody empathy, courage, moral clarity, and a commitment to place humanity at the heart of every decision. We need authority that resonates not just power, but compassion. Yet Mother Teresa was the embodiment of servant leadership. She walked into war zones not to negotiate politics, but to rescue children. In 1982, she stepped fearlessly into Beirut at the height of conflict. That same spirit lives on in the missionaries of charity. 3 years ago, when the sisters in Ukraine were offered evacuation, they chose to stay. 2 years ago, the sisters in Gaza made the same decision, risking their lives to protect the disabled children in their care. If this is not humanity in its purest form, then what is this? That is leadership grounded in courage and unconditional love. In an era saturated with leaders, influencers, and public figures, few illuminate the path as brilliantly as Mother Teresa and the missionaries of charity sisters, who perpetuate her mission with each passing day. As citizens of this interconnected world, it also falls upon us to insist on meaningful action to tackle the urgent challenges facing our generation. Throughout my 2.5 decades in public service and advocacy, I have assisted in numerous rescue operations to free minors and women from the horrors of human trafficking, partnering with NGOs to help restore their dignity and futures. Some stories stay with you permanently because they reveal both the fragility and the strength within us. One case above all remains imprinted on my heart. Among the many children I've had the privilege to help, there's one story that holds a deep, special place in my heart. Years ago, a desperate grandmother came to me after losing her only daughter, fearing she would now lose her only grandchild as well. What followed was a long, painful legal battle, but with persistence and the support of my dear friend, a Mother Teresa laureate, Advocate Flavia Agnes, we prevailed. I'll never forget the day we drove back from the High Court after securing custody. She sat beside me and softly asked, "Uncle, मैं आपको daddy बुला सकती हूँ?" When I said yes, she smiled and said, Our daddy number one ho. In that moment, I knew every struggle had been worth it. That little girl is here with us today. At 16, Nimisha embodies everything we fight for. Dignity, safety, and the freedom to dream. Watching her grow and thrive has been one of the greatest blessings of my life. I truly believe every human is born with a purpose. It can be big or small, but we all have the capability to be a quiet pillar of strength in someone's life, to lift them the way Mother Teresa lifted those who had no one. And in my journey, nothing has felt more fulfilling than watching Nimisha find safety, yet discover happiness, and living a life on her own terms. To witness that transformation has been one of the deepest sources of happiness and contentment in my life. Yet tonight, as we honor our award recipients, let us remember that changing the world has never been the responsibility of institutions alone. It begins with individuals also. It begins with us, with the choices we make, the compassion we practice, and the courage we carry into a world that desperately needs healing. Therefore, we must demand from our leaders cooperation instead of hostility, dialogue instead of division, and long-term responsibility instead of short-term gain. We must also demand even more from ourselves, empathy from indifference and courage over convenience. The challenges before us, war, inequality, displacement, environmental degradation, may be immense, but so is the ability to rise above them. The truth is, global change often begins with small local acts of humanity. Be kind to the people around you. Support a child's education. Feed someone who's hungry. Speak up when you see injustice. Protect the environment in your daily choices. Choose compassion even when it is not the easiest choice. These are simple acts, but when multiplied by millions, they become movements. Mother Teresa said, if you cannot feed 100 people, then feed just one. That one act can ignite a ripple strong enough to reach places where we may never see. You are not just inspired, but committed, because the better world will not be built by the powerful alone. It will be built by the purposeful. Together, let us honor Mother Teresa by living with purpose, choosing love, and uplifting those who need us most. Thank you for being here tonight.
Thank you, Dr. Mathai, for your continuous words of inspiration and encouragement. Ladies and gentlemen, we have now arrived to the heart of the evening, celebrating our distinguished recipients of this year. We present to you the Mother Teresa Memorial Awards for Social Justice, celebrating the guardians of humanity. As we invite our first awardee, Her Excellency Dr. Edna Adan Ismail, I would like to acknowledge the women around the world who transform our society, shaping a more compassionate world. Our first recipient, Her Excellency Dr. Edna Adan Ismail, embodies exactly that spirit. Celebrated as the Woman of First, she has served as Somaliland's Minister of Social Affairs and Family Welfare, as well as its Foreign Minister, and is one of the most influential women in Africa, and a champion of women's healthcare in the Horn of Africa. Let us watch a small glimpse to learn about the incredible journey of her life and everything that she stands for.
Edna Adan Ismail. Born in British Somaliland, Edna Adan Ismail is the first Somali woman to work as a qualified nurse. She is also Somaliland's first female politician who has built her own teaching hospital and university to raise standards of healthcare and education in her homeland. On her return from the UK and equipped with professional skills, there was a definite air of optimism. The British had left and Somaliland was independent. However, the institutional infrastructure through which she could function was virtually non-existent. Her question, how do you build a hospital in a country with no infrastructure? Embracing the altruistic and benevolent spirit of Mother Teresa, her reply was, you just get up and do it. The fact that there was no infrastructure just made her more determined, putting everything she had into it, all her savings from her years working with WHO, and the proceeds from selling her jewelry and car, plus donations from the local community and from the diaspora worldwide. It was against this backdrop that she started training auxiliaries in the only hospital that provided the required nursing care. Today, the hospital established by Edna Adan Ismail has 200 staff with 1,500 students offering courses in nursing, midwifery, public health, pharmacy, laboratory, and medicine. She has truly proven that she's born with a strong desire to fix things and is the true epitome and embodiment of being part of the solution against overwhelmingly incredible odds. The profound and enduring legacy of Edna Adan Ismail has not only reshaped healthcare and education in Somaliland, but has also inspired a new generation to pursue these fields with passion and dedication.
I'd like to invite Dr. Mathai to the stage and renowned filmmaker Mr. Mahesh Bhatt to join us and do us the honors of presenting this award. And now, ladies and gentlemen, with a huge round of applause, I invite Her Excellency Dr. Edna Adan Ismail to stage. Please join me in welcoming her with a resounding round of applause for the lifelong dedication to the women's empowerment and healthcare in Somaliland and beyond. Your Excellency. Your Excellency, I request you to kindly stay on stage and inspire us with a few words.
Fellow awardees, ladies and gentlemen, it is with great honor and humility that I receive this award that carries the name of one of the greatest nurses and humanitarians of our time. I am honored to receive it on behalf of the great people of my country, the Republic of Somaliland, as well as for the countless individuals, organizations, and teams who have worked tirelessly alongside me during the past 28 years that the Edna Adan University and Hospital have been functional. To my dedicated colleagues, my mentors, my mentees, friends, and family, this recognition is a celebration of our shared commitment and collective demonstration that the sick should be treated with dignity and dedication, however rich or however poor they may be. I accept it on behalf of the 37,000 mothers who we have had the privilege to deliver, as well as the hundreds of thousands of other patients who we have had the honor to serve and to care for. I accept this award for my late father, Dr. Adan Ismail, who passed away 64 years ago, but who continues to inspire me to this day, because it is he who taught me kindness. It is he who taught me compassion. It is he who taught me to love, to care for the sick. And it is he who taught me respect for the dignity of all human beings, regardless of their social standing in that community. Finally, I accept it and wish to thank the organizers, the selection committee, and for all the distinguished guests here who consider me worthy of this great honor, which truly carries an immense weight. Thank you all so very much.
Thank you, Her Excellency, and thank you, Mr. Dennis. As we move forward into this evening, I'd like to welcome someone very special, someone brilliant and inspiring, IPS officer, Ms. Vinita Sahu. Thank you, ma'am, for gracing us with your presence. Our next recipient of the award is someone extremely special. He is nothing short of being a synonym to compassion, courage, and conviction. Dr. Dennis Mukwege, a globally renowned gynecologist, human rights advocate, and a Nobel laureate from Eastern Congo. He is widely regarded as the world's leading specialist in treating survivors of wartime sexual violence and is a powerful global voice against the use of rape as a weapon of war. Let us watch a small glimpse of his journey and everything that he does.
Dr. Dennis Mukwege. Dr. Dennis Mukwege, a world-renowned gynecologist, human rights activist, and Nobel Peace Prize laureate from the eastern part of the Democratic Republic of Congo, became the world's leading specialist in the treatment of wartime sexual violence and a global campaigner against the use of rape as a weapon of war. Dr. Mukwege has been fearless in his efforts to increase protection for women and to advocate that those responsible for sexual violence be brought to justice, including the Congolese government and militia groups who have ravaged and devastated vast parts of the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo. Mukwege has treated thousands of women who were victims of rape as a weapon of war since the civil war broke out in the eastern part of Congo, performing up to 10 surgeries a day during his 17-hour working days. According to the Globe and Mail, Dr. Mukwege is likely the world's leading expert on repairing injuries of rape. In 2013, he was awarded the Right Livelihood Award for his courageous work treating women survivors of wartime sexual violence and speaking up about its root causes. Dr. Mukwege's continual demand for justice for the victims of the Congo conflicts has resulted in him receiving threats against his life, which emerged from various sources, including his country of origin, the Democratic Republic of Congo, and neighboring Rwanda and Uganda, following his increasing calls for perpetrators who were named in a decade-old UN report to be brought before an international tribunal. With the recognition by world leaders and the honor from global organizations, Dr. Mukwege is all the more committed than ever to achieve lasting peace in the Congo. Barack Obama, 44th US President, said, Dr. Dennis Mukwege's work is a powerful reminder of our shared responsibility to protect human rights. His dedication to ending sexual violence and supporting survivors is an inspiration to all who seek justice and equality. He envisions a future where the root causes of conflict are addressed, reducing the need for his medical interventions. You can't operate against violence, he says. You can only abolish it. His next steps focus on advocating for justice, supporting survivors, and building a movement that pressures policymakers to dismantle the systems enabling violence in the DRC. Dr. Mukwage's profound contributions to medical literature and his active engagement in global advocacy highlight his expertise and dedication to eradicating sexual violence as a weapon of war. His approach not only heals but also empowers survivors, setting a high standard in both medical practice and human rights advocacy.
Thank you, Dr. Mukwege. Your work has been truly exemplary. Ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, Dr. Dennis Mukwege could not join us today due to health concerns. What is even more heartbreaking is that this Nobel Peace Laureate is currently living in exile. And he is not alone. Nargis Mohammadi, an Iranian human rights activist and another Nobel Peace Laureate, who has also been a past recipient of the Mother Teresa Award, was rearrested just last week while attending a memorial service. She has spent much of her life in prison while her family lives in exile. It is a painful reality that those who courageously serve humanity are often the ones who pay the highest price. Their resilience should inspire us to choose service whenever we can. And although Dr. Dennis Mukwege could not be here in person, he has kindly sent us a message, so let's have a look.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm deeply honored to receive the Mother Teresa Memorial Award for Social Justice. I accept this recognition with humility and on behalf of the countless women, children, and communities who endure violence, poverty, and exclusion, often in silence, often forgotten. We live in a world of deep contradiction. Never has so much wealth existed, yet never have so many struggled simply to live with dignity. The gap between the richest and the poorest continues to widen, leaving millions excluded from the most basic conditions of life. This bitter reality is not inevitable. It is a result of choices, economic, political, and moral, that tolerate injustice and normalize indifference. Social justice begins with a simple truth. Every human life has equal value. No one should be left behind because of where they were born, their sex, their color, their religion, or other status. Solidarity is not charity. It is responsibility. It calls for redistribution, shared humanity, and societies built on dignity rather than exclusion. At Panzi Hospital in the Democratic Republic of Congo, we witnessed both profound suffering and extraordinary resilience. We see how injustice destroys lives, but also how care, justice, and compassion can restore them. There can be no lasting peace without justice, and there can be no justice in systems that discard the most vulnerable. Inspired by Mother Teresa, we must choose to stand with those the world overlooks, to build bridges where walls are raised, and to defend life wherever it is threatened. This award strengthens my conviction that social justice is not an ideal. It is an urgent call to action. I thank you for this honor, and I dedicate it to all those who continue to struggle for dignity, equality, and peace. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Mukwege, for your words of wisdom. Harmony Foundation wishes your health and safety and we stand in solidarity with all those who sacrifice so much for a better world. Let's move forward to the next part of the evening. And before we announce the next recipient, we have a musical surprise for you all. So please join me with a huge round of applause to welcome Abhisha Singh, a versatile vocalist, to the stage, who will enliven this evening with her melodious voice.
हर दिल को तेरी याद आए तेरे बाद, इतना तो करता जा फिर दुनिया से डोल. पता ना हर दिल को तेरी याद आए तेरे बोल इतना तो करता जा फिर दुनिया से डोल एक दिन मिट जाएगा माटी के मोल जग में रह जाएंगे प्यारे तेरे बोल दूजे के होठों को देकर अपने गीत कोई निशानी छो फिर दुनिया से डोल दिन मिट जाएंगे माटी के मोल जग में रह जाएंगे प्यारे तेरे बोल ला 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 ला
Thank you so much, Abhisha. That was a beautiful voice. I'm not even going to try to replicate it. All right. Before we move forward into this morning, to this evening, I'd like to felicitate and invite Mr. Krishna Kumar. Can we have a huge round of applause for them? Krishna Prakash, I apologize. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope this evening has already filled your heart with inspiration. We have just celebrated the extraordinary change makers from the heart of the African continent, and we continue in that spirit. Time and again, women have shown us what true leadership looks like through compassion. Our next exceptional awardee carries this strength and purpose. Dr. Heba El-Swedi, yes, founder, we're excited to have you here today, founder and chairwoman of the Al-Mazhar Foundation and the Burn Hospital, has given tens of thousands not only a second chance in life, but also the gift of healing and renewed hope. Let us watch a small glimpse to learn about her incredible journey.
Dr. Heba El-Swedi. In a world where some of the deepest wounds are those society overlooks, there emerges, once in a generation, someone who refuses to look away. One of them is Dr. Heba El-Swedi, a visionary humanitarian leader whose journey reflects a rare combination of compassion and strategic vision. Her path took a defining turn during the Egyptian Revolution of 2011, when a sudden surge in trauma and burn injuries exposed the severe lack of specialized care. Deeply moved by what she witnessed, she redirected her life towards humanitarian work. Her compassion transcended borders as she aided injured civilians during the Libyan Revolution and supported martyrs' families. These experiences revealed a critical regional gap in trauma and burn care, inspiring her to start the Al-Mazhar Foundation, the MENA region's first and largest non-profit, dedicated solely to the treatment, prevention, and research of such injuries, with the clear goal of ensuring equal access to high-quality care and long-term rehabilitation for all victims, regardless of background. Under her leadership, the Foundation expanded to offer free treatment, psychological support, community reintegration programs, burn prevention campaigns, and holistic rehabilitation through art, music, drama, and child-focused initiatives. In 2016, Dr. El-Swedi began building Al-Mazhar Hospital, the region's first non-profit specialized burn hospital and research center. She also founded Salah, that trains women, fostering their financial independence while supporting the foundation's long-term sustainability. Dr. Heba has touched more than 37,000 lives and continues to transform thousands more. She reminds us that true greatness is measured not by what we achieve for ourselves, but by what we build for others. In her, we see a woman who has uplifted entire communities and inspired the world to be better, kinder, and braver.
Ladies and gentlemen, to present this prestigious award, I invite on stage Dr. Abraham Mathai and Honorable Justice K.K. Tatir to join on stage to honor Dr. El-Swedi. And now, please join me in giving a resounding round of applause to the visionary Dr. Heba El-Swedi, joining us on stage to receive this award for her transformative work as a global leader in the burn and trauma unit. We also request Dr. El-Swedi to stay on stage and give us a few words of wisdom.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you very much. I learned from Mother Teresa that work done with love never stops at effort. It reaches lives as long as intentions remain pure, values are lived, and compassion is practiced every day. This belief has guided my journey for many years. It shaped how I serve, how I persist, and how I continue, even when road is difficult. Today, I'm deeply honored on behalf of my country, Egypt, on behalf of all burn patients and survivors, to receive the Mother Teresa Memorial Award for Social Justice, an award that is especially close to my heart for 3 reasons. First, because it carries Mother Teresa's name. Her life taught us that true service is not measured by scale, but by sincerity. To receive an award that bears her name is both an honor and a responsibility I carry with humility. Second, this award represents recognition for a cause that has long been overlooked. For decades, burn patients and survivors have remained unseen, particularly in my country, Egypt, the Middle East, and Africa. This recognition affirms that their suffering matters and that their healing deserves dignity, care, and hope. And third reason, the most personal reason, this award comes on the birthday of my son Ismail, whom I carry in my heart every day. May his soul rest in peace. Standing here on his birthday, I feel that this work continues to reach him, and that what is done with love never truly stops. I extend my deepest gratitude to the Harmony Foundation for granting me this award and for honoring the legacy of Mother Teresa. I also thank the Ahl Masr team, whose compassion and dedication turn belief into daily action. This recognition belongs to them as much as it belongs to me. And thanks for my family, for their constant support and strength. I pray for Mother Teresa, for her legacy, her light, and her past continues to inspire us all. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Heba, for those inspiring words of wisdom and encouragement. And once again, congratulations to you for your extraordinary achievements. Thank you, everyone. All right, as we move forward, and before we do so, with the example. And now, ladies and gentlemen, as we move towards our next awardee, it is my honor to celebrate Swami Prem Parivartan, a true guardian of our Mother Earth and a champion of environmental sustainability. With devotion and a profound wisdom, his life exemplifies how one individual's love for the earth can spread ecological consciousness across the entire nation. Let us watch his journey and be encouraged by it.
People Baba. Some people do not merely live in the world. They quietly reshape it by doing what they love. One such person is Swami Prem Parivartan, lovingly known as People Baba, whose path began with one simple act, planting a tree. From the classroom to the forests, his life has become a continuous lesson in environmental compassion. Over decades of dedicated green service, he has come to be recognized as one of India's most steadfast environmentalists. At the heart of his mission lies a philosophy as simple as it is profound. Plant for the 3 B's: bees, birds, and butterflies. His journey took root in 1977, when an 11-year-old boy placed his first sapling into the soil, unaware that this quiet gesture would one day grow into one of India's largest environmental movements. What began as a personal routine gradually blossomed into the Give Me Trees Trust, a community-led initiative restoring green cover and reviving native species across the country. With the support of thousands of volunteers, the Trust has planted and protected close to 20 million trees, including the largest plantation of peepal trees in the world. Their work proves that the earth heals when communities act with shared purpose and holistic vision. People Baba's journey shows how one person's quiet commitment can spark collective transformation, how gentle persistence can revive landscapes, and how caring for the planet is, at its core, an act of love. For the cleaner skies and greener tomorrows they nurture, we thank People Baba and every volunteer who reminds us that every tree gifted to the earth returns to us as life. His work shows that a greener future unfolds through humble, sustained care. One sapling planted, one heart inspired, one mindful step at a time.
I request Dr. Mathai to grace the stage once again, along with Shri Krishna Prakash, Additional DG of Police, who will be presenting this award. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let us invite to the stage People Baba, as he joins us to receive this prestigious recognition for his dedication to environmental sustainability. Thank you, sir, for all the work that you do. And we request you to grace us with a few words.
Good evening, and thank you so much, Harmony Foundation. It's an honor, it's a privilege to be standing here. And when I was going through the list of people who have actually received this prize, this award, over so many years, it's very humbling. I never imagined that in this whole world of so much of social work, planting trees could land me up over here. I would just like to share one small thing that In 1977, when I started planting trees, on the advice of Mrs. Williams, my class teacher, I was in the 5th grade in elementary school in Pune, Spicer's Memorial School. She would always quote Mother Teresa. And in 1986, April, I just took a train immediately after my graduation. I took a train to Kolkata just to take a glimpse of Mother Teresa. I never knew that one day I would be standing on this stage receiving an award in the name of Mrs. Teresa. I just feel that Mr. Williams, my teacher, if I am here, whatever I am today, it's because of my class teacher. And I was just 11 years old, and the only thing she told me was that chlorophyll is God. It's because of chlorophyll there is photosynthesis, because of photosynthesis there is oxygen, and that is why we are alive. And as a child of a young age of 11, this is the only thing I understood. And she said, you don't have to plant trees and never count trees. The only thing you need to do is look at only one thing, and that is the ecosystem. If you can plant for the bees, birds and butterflies, that is enough. And I'm not by profession or by training any forester, but yes, today we go to various universities to teach forestry, we go to teach agriculture, we go to teach horticulture. It is only the 48 years of field experience that I am standing here today. And it is all because of the lakhs and lakhs of people who followed in my footsteps, or I would say gave the love and the community, the donations, the micro donations with which we could restore ecological restoration over 7 lakh acres of land on the Indian subcontinent. We have received students from 63 countries over the years, and we have trained them. And I was just listening to somebody from an awardee from Egypt. We have a group of students who were greening in Cairo University, they were doing the Nile River. So the footprint is not just the Indian subcontinent, it's over 63 countries. Thank you so much for this award. Thank you so much. It means a lot to all the people who have been with us for 48 years. It's not me alone. When people say that People Baba planted 24 million trees over 7 lakh acres of land, giving shade and ecological restoration work, no, it's not me. It's the around about 4 lakh people who have worked in 22 states, 226 districts across the Indian soils, and it's a big thing, and it's a salute. I think this award is for them. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, People Baba, for healing the earth one sapling at a time. Ladies and gentlemen, before we announce the next distinguished recipient, we are going to invite a young girl who is someone very special at the Harmony Foundation, as Dr. Mathai had even spoken about her in his speech. She is someone whose courage embodies the very values that we celebrate tonight. This young girl has endured unimaginable loss, but through the darkness, light has prevailed. The Harmony Foundation, through Dr. Mathai's leadership, stood alongside her, fighting tirelessly for her well-being. Today, this young girl stands as a testament to resilience and to the power of the justice system. Ladies and gentlemen, before we invite her, we have a short video to show you what resilience we speak of.
जिसको डांस नहीं करना वो जाके अपनी भैंस चराए आज की रात कैसे वही से अपने हैं लीवर के ना चलो ना घर वाले ना मापे हैं पे नाराज है करने की क्या बात है ये तो बस शुरुआत है ये तो बस शुरुआत है अरे आप कितना बात शुरू हुई है साथ में न कहना कुछ भी पहले ही दे दूं वार्निंग पार्टी चलेगी till 6 in the morning जी भर के नाच ले बेबी नाच नाच के तोड़ दे सैंडल आंटी पुलिस बुला लेगी तो यार तेरा कर लेगा हैंडल जिसको अपनी जान प्यारी चुपचाप वो फ्लोर पे आके नचेगा नखरे बकरे नाचते गाए शर्म पकड़ते पाए पाए माइकल जैक्सन वाले 2-3 एक्शन करके दिखाए पार्टी करेंगे से भी करेंगे सारे पानी रोक के दिखाए जिसकी बम में है दम
बम खिलाओ You can see the resilience क्योंकि अभी तो पार्टी शुरू हुई है. But I'm so excited to invite this girl because her story is encouraging, it's profound, and it's going to be wonderful. So let's have a huge round of applause for Nimisha.
Everyone, so I want to share my story with you. It all started when my parents fell in love and wanted to get married. But my mother's side family did not agree to their marriage as they belonged to different religions. My father's name is Atif Kamruddin and my mother's name was Nimi Dhananjayan. Although initially there were disagreements between my both families, my mother's side family had to eventually give in. They got married in Alibag, where my father's side family belonged. A few years later, my mother conceived and I was born. Originally, I was named Zainat. When I was 2 years old, my parents left me with my paternal grandparents and shifted to Dubai for work purposes and settled there. As time passed, my parents began to have constant arguments and conflicts with each other. I was just 4 years old when my world turned upside down when my father Atif brutally murdered my mother Nimi in Dubai. My father then tried to flee to Mumbai, but he was caught at the airport by the Dubai police and was then convicted and sentenced to death in the UAE, which I had no memory of or nor was told about it. My paternal grandparents brainwashed me and they convinced me that my maternal grandmother Usha Dhananjayan had killed my mother. I was left orphan, caught in the middle of a bitter custody battle between my two grandmothers from drastically different worlds. This struggle went on for 5 years. My paternal grandparents, belonging to a radical and deeply conservative household, forcefully took me away, determined to raise me within their rigid and oppressive worldview. Until then, I was still being called Zenat. Their desperation to gain permanent custody led them down a dark path which led my maternal grandmother Usha to seek help from Dr. Abraham Mathai. Then they attempted to bribe Dr. Abraham Mathai, offering blood money, to convince my maternal grandmother Usha Dhananjayan to forgive the murderer and drop the case. When Dr. Mathai firmly refused, they stooped lower, torturing me to falsely accuse my maternal relative of sexually abusing me, hoping to influence the court against my maternal family. But truth, no matter how deeply buried, finds its way to the light. A thoughtful judge sensed that I had been tortured and ordered a second medical examination which confirmed the allegations were false. This case went on from High Court to Supreme Court, and Dr. Mathai was adamant to set me free even if he had to sell his own property. After nearly 5 years, the case collapsed, and in November 2017, justice prevailed. The custody was rightfully granted to my maternal grandmother, Usha, and she gave me a new name called Nimisha, a name symbolizing my mother's name as a fresh start and a future filled with promise. With the moral courage of Dr. Mathai, I was rescued from a future of forced submission. Had I remained with my father's family, I would likely have been silenced, married off young, and denied any opportunity for education or independence. Instead, I blossomed under my grandmother Usha's loving care. I began to heal, found solace in books, and slowly reclaimed my identity, not as a victim but as a victor. Today I am 16 years old and have completed my 10th board exam with flying colors, and I am currently in my 11th standard with dreams of becoming a doctor and also cracking the UPSC examinations to fight for justice, especially for girls like myself, silenced by society and circumstances. I now proudly call Dr. Abraham Mathai Daddy number 1, a testament to the fatherly love and unwavering protection he provided when I needed it the most. What began as a story of violence and loss for me has become a powerful tale of resilience, courage, and transformation in my life. My story is not just my own, it is a reminder of the strength of truth, the power of justice, and the life-changing impact of those who dare to stand up against injustice. I want to be a role model and help more girls by motivating them to stand up for themselves. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Nimisha. I hope we're all encouraged by her words of wisdom at such a young age and her positivity, because it takes immense courage to share her story with such grace and dignity, and you truly touched all our hearts tonight. We wish you the very best in all your future endeavors. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me to give a huge round of applause not only to Nimisha but her grandmother Usha, Dr. Abraham Mathai, Advocate Flavia Agnes, and everyone who stood by her in her fight for justice and a brighter future. Thank you. As we move forward into this evening, I would also like to welcome and felicitate Advocate Abha Singh for gracing us with her presence here today. Let's have a huge round of applause for Advocate Abha Singh, everyone. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we honor another extraordinary guardian of our environment, Dr. Rajendra Singh, founder of the Tarun Bharat Sangh. Through his deep knowledge of traditional water wisdom, he has revived dried rivers and parched lands, proving how one person's determination can transform communities and heal the earth. Let us now witness the journey of this remarkable visionary, whose dedication runs as deep as the waters he has restored.
Dr. Rajendra Singh. In a world struggling with declining rivers and disappearing forests, few people choose to rebuild nature instead of merely watching it fade. Among those rare changemakers is this man, Dr. Rajendra Singh, lovingly known as the Waterman of India. A healer by training, a warrior by spirit, and a guardian of our rivers. His journey began in rural Rajasthan, where he witnessed villages suffering from water scarcity, failed crops, and disappearing livelihoods. That is when he turned to traditional wisdom, reviving ancient johads, mobilizing communities, and planting thousands of native trees like neem, ber, and kejari to heal damaged soil and recharge groundwater. The impact of these efforts was extraordinary. More than 10,000 water structures were rebuilt, dry wells replenished, and rivers such as the Arvari and Ruparel flowed again after decades of silence. His work restored biodiversity, improved agriculture, and rebuilt the confidence of rural communities who had almost lost hope. Today, Dr. Singh's contributions stand as a powerful example of what sustainable development truly means. Solutions led by communities, supported by indigenous knowledge, and guided by deep respect for natural processes. His approach, combining afforestation, water conservation, and community ownership, now truly serves as a model for ecological restoration. At a time when the world fears climate change, water wars, and collapsing ecosystems, Dr. Rajendra Singh showed us something priceless. We can heal the earth with wisdom, community, and courage. His legacy is rooted in the belief that when we restore water, we restore life itself. And his work is a message to humanity. If one man can bring back rivers, imagine what we can do together.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, with a huge round of applause, please welcome Dr. Rajendra Singh as he joins us to receive this prestigious recognition for his dedication in restoring our rivers. Thank you, Dr. Singh, for remarkable life-changing work. We request you to continue staying on stage and give us a few words of wisdom.
हार्मनी फाउंडेशन को बधाई देता हूँ कि ये सब ऐसे लोगों को ढूंढ लेते हैं जो धरती को, प्रकृति को और मानवता को प्यार करते हैं। प्यार करने वालों को ढूंढना बहुत मुश्किल काम है, पर तुम ढूंढ लेते हो, इसलिए तुम्हें बधाई। मदर टेरेसा के नाम पर मिला ये पुरस्कार मैं अपनी चंबल की उन बहनों को देना चाहता हूं जिन्होंने पिछले 50 सालों में मेरे साथ काम करके 6,332 डाकुओं की बंदूकें छुड़वा के उन्हें किसान बनाया। इस पुरस्कार की हकदार वो बहनें ही हैं, क्योंकि उन बहनों ने चंबल में जब दक्षिण से कोई ट्रेन जाती थी तो टीटी दौड़ के कहता था, चंबल आ गई, विंडो क्लोज्ड, खिड़कियां बंद करो। अभी आप चंबल को आनंद से, प्यार से, शांति से पार कर सकते हो। अब आपको खिड़की बंद करने की जरूरत नहीं है। और दोस्तों, ये काम प्रकृति ने कराया। इस देश में जब तक प्रकृति और संस्कृति का योग था, तब तक इस देश की जीडीपी 32% थी। जब से हमने उस नेचर और कल्चर में डिसइंटीग्रेशन किया, तब से हम कहते हैं कि हम दुनिया को सिखाने वाले गुरु हैं, पर लगता नहीं है कि हम दुनिया को कुछ सिखा रहे हैं। यदि हम सचमुच दुनिया को सिखाना चाहते हैं तो इस धरती और प्रकृति और मानवता से प्यार करना ही एक रास्ता है। मेरे जीवन के 51 साल इस काम में गए हैं, आगे का समय भी जाएगा। बस हम बहुत जल्दी से बट जाते हैं, कभी धर्म में, कभी जातियों में। उसमें बटने के बजाय इस प्रकृति को प्यार करेंगे तो ये प्रकृति सबको एक जैसा प्यार करती है। धन्यवाद। थैंक यू वेरी मच।
Thank you, Dr. Singh, for those inspiring words of wisdom. our deepest gratitude for the extraordinary environmental legacy you continue to build. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have assumed we have moved on from the quota of entertainment this evening, we haven't. We have our very special Abisha with her beautiful voice, so we are going to utilize it to the fullest. So please, we request you to have a huge round of applause and welcome Abisha for her next song.
We all need somebody to lean on. I hope we all resonate with this beautiful song.
Thank you so much, Abisha. That was a beautiful performance. And now, ladies and gentlemen, our next special recipient is an organization that represents hope, the Make-A-Wish Foundation, India. And hope is a very powerful gift. It's one that can heal, inspire, and bring light to even the darkest moments. For children facing critical illnesses, the Make-A-Wish Foundation grants life-changing wishes, offering joy and renewing the strength when it's most needed. Let us now watch a small AV and witness the truly heartfelt impact that this incredible organization has on countless children.
Make-A-Wish Foundation. In 1980, a 7-year-old boy named Chris Grecius was fighting leukemia and had one dream: to become a police officer, just for one day. A handful of strangers in Phoenix heard his wish and decided the answer had to be a yes. They gave him a uniform, a badge, a helicopter ride, and wings to pin on his shirt. Chris smiled bigger than he had in months. Days later, he passed away, but something extraordinary was born. Make-A-Wish. What started with one little boy and one impossible day of happiness has now touched more than 615,000 lives across nearly 50 countries. Today, Make-A-Wish is the world's largest wish-granting organization, powered entirely by volunteers, donors, medical partners, and everyday people who refuse to let a sick child feel forgotten. Because a wish is never just a wish, it's hope made real, joy made simple, and love made undeniable, no matter what the country, the language, or the diagnosis. It's the moment a child who has known only hospital rooms suddenly stands on a castle balcony wearing a crown, or meets their hero. Wishes improve emotional and even physical resilience, yet families will tell you something deeper. In the middle of fear and exhaustion, a wish hands them back their child, laughing, dreaming, alive in a way no treatment alone can achieve. The true power of Make-A-Wish lies not only in the magic of the wishes themselves, but in the vast network of volunteers, donors, medical professionals, and corporate partners who make them possible. Make-A-Wish is a living reminder that when people come together, kindness can create moments of pure, lasting joy for children who need them most.
I would like to invite Dr. Mathai to the stage, along with IPS Vinita Sahu, the Additional Commissioner of Police. On behalf of the Make-A-Wish organization, please have a huge round of applause and welcome on stage the representatives of the Make-A-Wish India, Ms. Paulomi Dhawan, Chairperson, and Dhruv Pandey, CEO, who are here to receive this prestigious award in recognition of the organization's exemplary work, dedication to bringing hope, joy, and healing to children's lives. Thank you, Ms. Dhawan, for all the work you do.
Respected dignitaries, fellow awardees, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. It is indeed a pleasure, it's a privilege, a profound honor to stand before you today to accept the Mother Teresa Memorial Award for Social Justice on behalf of Make-A-Wish International. We humbly receive this recognition for all the guardians of humanity who make our mission possible. As you saw in the audiovisual, our story, like many great movements, began with one child, Christopher. And this modest wish that you saw that was granted was the inspiration for the birth of Make-A-Wish by his mother. And from those beginnings, you saw that the international organization was born in 1993, and now across 50 countries granting 6,15,000 wishes, with the ambitious goal now to get to 50,000 annually by 2030. In India alone, and which is the largest wish granting affiliate, we have in the last 30 years touched nearly 1 lakh wishes. But it is not about wishes, because every single wish matters. It is a child. What seems like a small wish creates a truly profound big impact, not only on that child, but on the entire family, because they are suffering. A wish brings smiles to them, instills hope, it also offers joy, and ultimately it provides renewed strength to move ahead in their vital treatment. In fact, there's groundbreaking research that we have reinforcing the immense healing power of the wish. So this prestigious award, bearing Mother Teresa's name, resonates deeply with us. It honors the sacred duty of service. We dedicate it to every wish child, like Chris and Gandhar, to every family, to every guardian of humanity in our global family, our volunteers, our donors, our medical partners, our team members, affiliates, and supporters. In gratitude to them, on behalf of every child who has ever whispered a wish, and everyone still waiting for theirs. And a big thank you, Dr. Mathai, and to Harmony Foundation. This award strengthens our resolve to ensure that no eligible child waits, because where there is a wish, there is a way forward. Thank you. Dhanyavad.
Thank you, Ms. Paulomi, for those heartwarming words and for the incredible work you continue to do every single day. A heartfelt congratulations to the entire organization for the well-deserved recognition and for your boundless kindness. Hope that you continue to bring so to many children. Thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, as we move on to our next recipient, the founder of the Educate Girls has dedicated her life to advancing girls' education in some of India's most undeserved and remote communities. Through her dedication, she has made a transformative contribution to gender equity through education and scalable community-led solutions. Let us watch a small video witnessing her inspiring work and her mission to ensure girls' rights to education.
Safina Hussain. Safina Hussain is the founder and board member of Educate Girls, an Indian non-profit that mobilizes communities towards girls' education in some of the hardest to reach villages in Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, and Uttar Pradesh. Under her leadership, Educate Girls has expanded to 18,000 villages in India. Safina Hussain, a formidable academic who graduated from the London School of Economics, began her professional journey very far from Indian villages. She worked extensively with marginalized communities across continents in South America, Africa, and other parts of Asia. This global perspective, which shaped her understanding of systemic poverty, was what caused her to feel the powerful pull to return home, leaving her career to confront India's female illiteracy crisis head-on to officially found Educate Girls in 2007, a non-profit organization dedicated to expanding access to girls' education in India's underserved villages. Under Safina's leadership, the organization has mobilized over 1.8 million girls for school enrollment, and provided remedial learning support to 2.2 million students through the efforts of nearly 20,000 community-based gender advocates in India's most marginalized communities. Safina's innovative approach, combining door-to-door engagement with advanced analytics and technologies, has propelled Educate Girls to the forefront of global development to garner numerous accolades, like the Skoll Award for Social Entrepreneurship and the 2025 Raymond Magsaysay Award, along with recognition from the World Bank, USAID, and King Charles. Safina, who has experienced the power of education, which has made her who she is today, says she truly believes that women will not be equal unless that last girl has equality. That is why her organization, Educate Girls, strives to ensure that every girl accesses her right to an education. Safina Hussain represents the power of women who choose service over comfort and impact over recognition. Her work inspires us to believe in a future where every girl has the freedom and opportunity to thrive.
What truly remarkable and impactful work. I'd like to invite Dr. Abraham Mathai, along with Advocate Abha Singh, to present this award. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome Ms. Safina Hussain as she joins us on stage to receive this prestigious recognition for her dedication to girls' education and her transformative impact to so many lives. Request Ms. Safina to stay on stage and grace us with a few words of wisdom.
Thank you so much to the Harmony Foundation for this incredible honor. I just have to say, ये award मैं उन लड़कियों के लिए उन लड़कियों के नाम करना चाहूँगी जिनके नाम जैसे अंतिम बाला है. अंतिम बाला means the last girl because everybody hoped she would be the last girl to be born. Or a girl called Naraznath because everybody was so angry when she was born. A girl called Maafi. We have almost 800 girls we have met called Maafi because बच्ची पैदा हुई तो माफी तो मांगनी चाहिए. A girl called reverse gear when her brothers are called first gear and second gear. A girl called missed call. तो मैंने पूछा missed call क्यों? And they said क्योंकि हमने भगवान को फोन लगाया था लड़के के लिए, but he missed our call. So this award is really towards the grit and the resilience of these girls who are coming back into education. I also want to dedicate this award to a girl I just met, जिसने कि अभी अपनी 10वीं पास की है. She's just passed her 10th grade exam, and I asked her, I said, "Beta, when did you leave education?" And she said, "Ma'am, मेरी पढ़ाई 10 साल पहले छूट गई थी जब मेरी शादी हुई थी." And she's 18 years old. So imagine a child who was married at the age of 8, who after 10 years has come back to be educated and gain her 10th grade credential. That is the grit and the resilience that you are recognizing today. So thank you, Dr. Mathai, for everything that you do. And so I'm really hoping that this will inspire more than 20,000 volunteers that we have on the ground today. This will give a tailwind to them so that we go beyond the 2 million girls that we have enrolled. And Dr. Mathai, this is the bad news of winning an award like this, is that it makes you more ambitious and makes you dream bigger. So we are making a commitment that over the next 10 years, we will impact 10 million learners. Girls who are in the most rural, remote, tribal areas who are most in need of an education. Because like I say, we women are not equal to that last girl has equality, and that last girl will have equality through her education. I am Safina Hussain, and I educate girls. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Safina, for those inspiring words and the work that you continue to do. Congratulations on the well-deserved honor for your dedication to advancing girls' education in some of the country's most undeserved communities. Ladies and gentlemen, as we move towards our final award for the evening, this one's a special one. It goes to Dr. Ganesh Rak, a doctor who has used his medical practice to better society. Gender empowerment begins by breaking the barrier that creates inequality. And Dr. Rak has shown courage in challenging the deep-rooted biases, helping families to see daughters not as a burden, but celebrate them as a blessing. Let us watch a small video to explain that journey.
Dr. Ganesh Rak. For generations, our society has carried a painful mindset, celebrating the birth of a boy and quietly grieving when a girl is born. More than a decade ago, in a modest hospital in Pune, one doctor decided he could no longer accept this bias. Dr. Ganesh Rak, who founded Medicare Hospital in 2007, saw the same scene repeat itself every day. Families smiled only when he announced, "It's a boy." They grew silent, disappointed, or even tearful when he said, "It's a girl." For him, saying those 3 words felt as heavy as announcing a tragedy. That emotional weight changed something inside him. He chose to take a stand. He launched Mulgi Vatsva Abhiyan, a mission to save and protect the girl child. He made a simple but powerful promise. When a girl is born, we will celebrate, and we will not charge a single rupee for her delivery. For more than 10 years now, he and his team have welcomed over 2,000 baby girls, completely free of cost. They celebrate each birth with sweets. They offer flowers to the mother. They show families that a daughter deserves the same joy and pride as any son. His quiet work grew into a national movement. Doctors from across India began reaching out to him to adopt the same practice in their own hospitals. This led to the creation of a large collective, a network of over 4 lakh doctors in India and abroad, all united for the protection and dignity of the girl child. Dr. Rak's work is not about grand speeches. It's about courage. It's about challenging deep-rooted bias with kindness. It's about replacing shame with respect and replacing silence with celebration. His journey reminds us that real change does not always begin in big institutions. Sometimes it begins with one man, in one small hospital. A man who believes that every daughter is a blessing and every girl deserves to begin her life with dignity.
It's truly encouraging to see that one man's compassion is reshaping so many futures. All right, we welcome Dr. Abraham Mathai once again on stage, along with IPS Vinita Sahu, Additional Commissioner of Police, and actor Denzel Smith, to present this award. Ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome with a huge round of applause Dr. Ganesh Rak to receive this prestigious award for his dedication to gender equality and pioneering work in celebrating the birth of a girl child. Dr. Rak to please say a few words.
Respected dignitaries on the dais, honored guests, ladies and gentlemen, I am deeply honored and deeply humbled and honored to receive the Mother Teresa Memorial Award for Social Justice 2025 on the inspiring theme Guardians of Humanity. मैं आपका ज़्यादा टाइम नहीं लूँगा, सिर्फ मैं एक गवर्नमेंट का एक सर्वे बताता हूँ आपको. अभी जो एक अवार्ड जिसको अवार्ड मिला हुसैना मैडम, उन्होंने जो बताया कि जब लड़की पैदा होती है तो ऊपर से मिस कॉल आता है. वो जो मैडम आपने जो बताया वो सही है, क्योंकि हम हमारे हॉस्पिटल में यही हर दिन पिछले 20 साल से देख रहे हैं. लड़का होने के बाद लोग बहुत खुश हो जाते हैं, लेकिन वही फैमिली वही लोग लड़के होने के बाद मैंने बहुत से बार रोते हुए देखा हमारे हॉस्पिटल में. और जाते जाते मैं सिर्फ आपको गवर्नमेंट का एक सर्वे बताता हूँ. इकोनॉमिक सर्वे ऑफ इंडिया 2017-18 2017-18 का रिपोर्ट है. इकोनॉमिक सर्वे ऑफ इंडिया हमारे देश में पिछले 10 सालों में 6 करोड़ 30 लाख लड़कियों की पेट में हत्या हुई है. 63 गर्ल्स वेर किल्ड इन फीटस. देखो इतना बड़ा हत्याकांड हमारे देश में हुआ है लड़कियों का, जिसको हम कन्या भ्रूण हत्या बोलते हैं. और ये इतनी 6 करोड़ 30 लाख लड़कियों की हत्या सिर्फ 10 सालों में. इतनी हत्या तो फर्स्ट वर्ल्ड वॉर, सेकंड वर्ल्ड वॉर या अभी बीच में हमने कोविड पेंडेमिक देखा, उसमें भी नहीं हुई. इतनी देश में हमारी हत्या लड़कियों की हुई है, कन्या भ्रूण हत्या. ये वो हिस्ट्री का सबसे बड़ा ह्यूमन जेनोसाइड है. तो फिर मैं थैंक्स बोलता हूँ ये अवार्ड के लिए, और स्पेशल थैंक्स टू हार्मोनी फाउंडेशन एंड डॉक्टर अब्राहिम मथाई सर, जिन्होंने इतने हमारे बड़े देश इतने सारे पॉपुलेशन से हमारा नाम चुना और इधर आप मुझे 2 शब्द बोलने का मौका दिया. थैंक यू.
Thank you, Dr. Raak, for those inspiring words. Congratulations on the well-deserved honor for your extraordinary work in challenging the mindsets that view girl child as a burden. Ladies and gentlemen, our last two recipients have shown us the true dedication and courage it takes to advance the rights and well-being of a girl child. Their work sets a tone for society that values, protects, and empowers every daughter. We at Harmony Foundation hold this protection very close to our heart. And building on the same inspiring message, we now present a special film by the Harmony Foundation, Manchahi, that highlights the importance of safeguarding and empowering the girls of our nation. In a society where regrettably many girls are still considered as unchahi or unwanted, it emphasizes that girls are equally invaluable as boys.
बिहार के मुजफ्फरपुर शेल्टर होम में बच्चियों से यौन शोषण के आरोपी ब्रजेश ठाकुर की एक और संस्था को लेकर नया खुलासा हुआ है.
बिहार के मुजफ्फरपुर में
Who changed this ringtone? Anchahi? Hello?
Hi, Mom.
Who is speaking?
मैं आपकी बेटी. जरा अपने पेट पर हाथ तो घुमाओ, सब समझ में आएगा.
अच्छा, तो आपने रिंगटोन चेंज की? क्यों?
सुनो. चंदा, सूरज यानी लड़का. अब ये सुनो। ये मैं आपकी बेटी। अब बोल क्या चाहिए, लड़का या लड़की?
सच कहूँ मुझे तो लड़की चाहिए, पर घर वालों को
क्या हुआ माँ?
कुछ नहीं, आई एम फाइन। आगे बोलो।
तो किसकी सुनोगी आप?
घर वालों की, वरना
क्या माँ?
अब क्या बताओ बेटा?
बेटा नहीं, बेटी, सब बताओ।
ओके, तुम पैदा हुई, बचपन से जवानी तक मान लो सब ठीक ठाक चला, पर बाद में अगर किसी ने तुम्हें प्रपोज किया और तुमने मना कर दिया
तो क्या?
देखो इसे, एसिड अटैक विक्टिम।
आगे?
सपोज तू काली पैदा हुई अपने बाप की तरह, तो तेरी शादी कैसे होगी?
मेरी काली होने से शादी का क्या वास्ता?
इस देश में ना सबको गोरी बीवी चाहिए, लड़का चाहे काला डामर ही क्यों ना हो।
ओके, नेक्स्ट।
आजकल बच्चियों को भी नहीं छोड़ते, रेप करके मार डालते हैं। हैवानियत का नंगा नाच होता है हर रोज यहाँ।
तुम हो ना मुझे प्रोटेक्ट करने।
अरे कहाँ प्रोटेक्ट करती फिरूंगी तुम्हें? उसे तो अच्छा ही है तुम पैदा ही ना हो।
बड़े ही कंफ्यूजन में है आप। कोई
सल्यूशन हो तो बताओ।
वो तो तुम्हारे ही पास है। अगर तुम्हारी माँ भी तुम्हारी तरह सोचती तो आज क्या तुम जिंदा होती?
पता नहीं।
चकमा दे रहे हो मुझे डर के मारे?
ये डर नहीं, सच्चाई है औरत जात की।
अगर ये सच्चाई है तो इस सच्चाई को बदलना होगा, वरना मुझे अफसोस रहेगा कि आप मेरी माँ हो।
ये तू क्या कह रही है बेटी?
वही जो कोख में पनपती हुई हर लड़की मार दिए जाने से पहले कहती है।
एक के बाद एक जो खुलासे हो रहे हैं पूरे मामले में, वो सीधे दो राज्य, दो सरकारें और दोनों से इंसाफ की गुहार, लेकिन अब तक इंसाफ के लिए पीड़ितों के हाथ में। जम्मू के कठुआ में रेप के खिलाफ लोग सड़कों पर उतराए।
तू कितनी अच्छी है, तू कितनी भोली है, प्यारी प्यारी है।
Congrats, you have a baby girl.
न जाने कितनियों का लहू बहा, कल भी आज भी। न जाने कितनी कुचल दी गई, कल भी आज भी। न जाने कितनी गुमनाम हो गई, कल भी आज भी। और न जाने कितनी बाजारों में बिठाई गई, कल भी आज भी। फिर भी तू जिंदा है। क्यों? आखिर कौन से कलम की सियाही है तू जो मिटाए न मिटे, और कौन से दरिया की आग है तू जो बुझाए न बुझे? मेरे हर सवाल का जवाब तुझे देना होगा, क्योंकि मैं भी हूं कल भी और आज भी।
परियों से परे हूं मैं, समंदर से गहरी हूँ मैं, कुदरत का जुनून हूँ मैं, जीवन की सरगम हूँ मैं। चाहे कोई कहे अनचाही मुझे, जिंदगी का सुकून हूँ मैं।
That was truly an inspirational video and celebrating all the Manchahis. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this brings us to the end of the prestigious Mother Teresa Memorial Awards for Social Justice and the 21 years of honoring the champions of kindness. Let us continue to embody the spirit of being the guardians of humanity. Mother Teresa taught us that humanity is measured not by wealth or power, but by how deeply we respond to suffering. Tonight, as we celebrate the extraordinary work of our awardees, we are reminded of the world that needs more compassion, justice, and courage. I have been deeply moved by each awardee this evening. Their dedication is a testament to the strength of our shared human spirit and to the enduring legacy of Mother Teresa herself. As we close this inspiring ceremony, I extend a heartfelt gratitude on behalf of the Harmony Foundation to our distinguished guests, recipients, and attendees for joining us in this celebration of true guardians of humanity. A special thanks to our sponsor, the Bishops International School, and the dedicated event team for making this evening such a memorable success. May we have a huge round of applause for everyone that has put their hard work and sweat into this day. And now, I would like to invite all our recipients of the Mother Teresa Memorial Award for Social Justice 2025 to join us on stage for a group photograph. I request Her Excellency Dr. Edna Adan Ismail, Dr. Heba Elswedi. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a huge round of applause as they grace us on stage. Swami Prem Parivartan, Dr. Rajendra Singh, Dr. Ganesh Rakh, Ms. Safina Hussain, Ms. Paulomi Dhawan, and Mr. Dhruv Pandya. I also request Dr. Abraham Mathai and Ms. Susan Mathai, Ms. Susan Abraham, to join our recipients for the photograph. We request the awardees to kindly stay on stage, and we also request our guests of honors to grace their presence on the stage with us. We invite, ladies and gentlemen, let's continue with a round of applause as we invite Honorable Justice K.K. Tatir and Mrs. Tatir, Dr. Chauhan and his wife, Mrs. Chauhan, IPS Vanita Sahu, Mr. Naseem Siddiqui, Advocate Abha Singh, Mr. Denzel Smith, and Mr. Krishna Prakash. Thank you so much for your exemplary work. As you leave this evening, I hope each of you will carry forward the spirit of compassion in your own lives, even when it is uncomfortable, even when it's difficult. Because it's through these acts, large and small, that we make our world and our shared humanity a little better and a little brighter. This is your host, Advocate Kimi Mahapankar, wishing you a pleasant evening ahead and extending my warmest wishes for health, happiness, and a joyful New Year 2026. Thank you all and all a good night.